Hello, welcome back to the fourth race today. So one extra as we did this morning. So this is the second and last stock scooter class race of the day and the weekend. So on pole again we have Graham Tatton. Second position we've got Dave Bristow, and then we have Ryan Clipston on the Group 10 Zip. Jim McNally on the 4E Lambretta DTC. CST number 6 Nikita Donahue on the production Lambretta. Steve Wright on the DSC production Lambretta. Then Ben Reddins on the Hornet Racing production Lambretta. Brooke Norvey, the Flying Carrot on Team Numpty's number 43, the 4E large frame Vespa. Number 84 Simon Palmer, Hants Union Wildcat Lambretta 4E. John Woods on the number 53 4E Lambretta. Number 73 Gavin Gray on the production Lambretta. Number 18 John Holt on the green production Lambretta. They're away on the sighting lap. Stephen Hamilton there on the number 58 small frame DSC production Vespa. Had a little bit of a shade for a moment, but the sun's back out now. It's heat sapping for us just doing the commentary standing up here on the balcony, but even worse for those poor lot out there in the levers. Trying to keep the energy levels up. There's always that little dip as well in the adrenaline in the lunch break. But try and switch yourself back on for the afternoon. So back to that usual flying lap now, unlike that last one where they seem to be taking it easy. Everyone getting into the tuck position. So we've had quite a few fallers up through that top section. Not so many in that left-hander that you can see them, but as you just see the heads disappear, there's a right-hander there. Some people saying there's a slippy patch there and another one at the next right-hander as they just come out there down to the top of the corkscrew. Some wondering whether it's oil, but there has been previous offs there, so it just could be track conditions in general, smoother tarmac, just changing the grip levels. But hoping that everyone that goes up into the top section comes back out this time. And they're coming down now to form up for the race start. So I think we got down to Stephen Hamilton on the number 58 going through those last time. So behind Stephen we have got Andy Walker on the 4E DSC Lambretta. George Fielder on the pink 229, which is a 4E 125 special small frame. Adi Horrocks on the Hornet Racing number 35. So they're away onto the lights. Lights are on and they're off. They're off and away. All safely through that first corner, going down towards the carousel. One of the better corners on the track, but unfortunately this position is one of the few bits we can't see. I can see through the tower to the other side through the glass to see who comes out, but it looks like Graham Tatton being caught by Dave Bristow. So as close as you like up the front. Dave's just got the legs. Managed to get past Graham, but he's not getting dropped. Then it's Jimmy on the 4E DTC Racing, and then Ryan Clipston on the Group 10 up Zip for Chisel Speed, and then we've struggled to see. It's like Adi's got past George and Andy Walker on the back of John Woods, I think it is. Just move out of the way so you can see him come back down the corkscrew. So it's still Dave Bristow in the lead. Lovely sound of that high revving DEA 135, but Graham Tatton's up the inside. Dave then thinks twice about it. Who's going to take the inside outside, but he's all right. Will he get him? Looks like he's going to get him before the first corner. He does. Ryan Clipson up the inside of Jimmy into that first one. Then first of the productions is Steve Wright. So Ailey Horrocks there in front of George Fielder and Andy Walker. So Dave Bristow, then Graham Tatton still, Ryan Clipston, Jim McNally. It does appear like we've lost Nikita at the moment. And we've got a red flag. Again, looks like it's going to be up at the top section. They were red flagging it before they got up to the top. Again, all the marshals and ambulances are fairly stationary, which is always a good sign. So it's probably got something in the track that's red flagged it. But on that lap one, we know from the previous one, it'll come round for a normal grid position restart. Looking out to see, looks like the red flag man's going out to hold them on the grid. Recovery van is moving in pit lane. See if that goes out. Maybe don't usually collect things during the race, but hello, Dave. We've all been through that top section, so they'll be aware of whatever the issue was up there. Oh no, it's over there. Just waiting on seeing what's happening. Not been told to cut their engines or anything just yet. Marshall's just inspecting the track. This looks like the incident was on the way out of the carousel into the first right-hander before the back straight. Yeah, I can hear her saying 4-lap race. I think the first it was sighting lap plus 4-lap race. So we have got the recovery van and the ambulance picking up scooter and rider, but I'm pretty sure I've seen the rider up and walk into the ambulance, so no concerns. group of jet skis going through there. Just waiting on the recovery van removing the scooter that was on the edge of the track. Brooke just having a little tour of the grid, trying to psych everybody out. So just reiterating, I've had a small incident, seen the rider up and walk in, so I'll just wait on confirmations and everything before that, but the scooter's being cleared now, so we're expecting the restart. We'll give you an update on everything else on the next race. People just restarting the scoot. So scooters are starting to fire back up, ready to go again. So that's the recovery van cleared the track. See the marshal return to his post. So there they go, away on another sighting lap. People eager to get on the pit wall for the viewing. See, I always have to wait at this circuit so that the marshals have got clear line of sight at the start and finish point of the race. One coming round from the carousel now. So again, when we get round to the restart, obviously we had a quick start last time straight off the grid. This time they're having a sighting lap first, but it's another 4-lap race. So it's all about getting a good start, getting out there and maintaining the lead for that short period. 2 laps down on the normal length of the race. So we line back up on the grid. So once the grid's formed, the back will have the green flag, man at the front with the red flag clear out of the way to point at the lights. For the second race now in succession with 2 starts. There we go, 4 laps to the last stock race of the day. The lights are on and they're off. Good start from Graham again, but Dave's already off and into the lead into the first corner. Once that scooter got moving, he launched through the pack. Stephen unfortunately seems to have stalled on the line, but he's off and away now. It looks like Dave Bristow's coming through in P1. Then closely followed by Graham Tatton on the 4E, Ryan Clipston on the Group 10, and Jimmy on the 4E, closing on the 2 in front of him. Can he make something of it up into the first of the top section? No, they've bunched up a bit. Looks like Ryan's going around the outside of Graham Tatton. Stephen Hamilton steaming through, trying to catch up with the back of the grid. He's only got 4 laps, but I reckon he'll get there. So down through the corkscrew for the first time of the restart. Dave Bristow coming through in first. Graham Tatton, Ryan Clipston, Jimmy Mack. A lot closer this time in the following group. Jimmy's got a good drive. Then we've got Simon Palmer on the 4E, Brooke Norby 4E, Steve Wright first in production, John Holt second in production, Ben Reddins in third, then John Woods fourth in production, albeit 80 Horrocks. And then we've got Stephen Hamilton catching up after that failed start. So 1 lap down out the 4. Dave Bristow now starting to extend his lead. He had a small off up that top section in the Supers race, just overcooked it on the power coming through one of the bends, pushed the front and low side onto the grass. But looking good, and we'll have learnt from that. So looking back, Andy Walker catching 80 Horrocks up the hill, but then he's on the 4E Lambretta, 80 on the PK production scooter. So Dave's still coming down through the corkscrew. First position. Graham Tatton, Ryan Clipston following him like a shadow, not getting dropped. Jimmy's dropped off a little bit from that lead group. Graham Tatton's strong through there, but Dave on the power extending away again. No, Ryan's got his heart set on the lap record for the Group 10. He did break that in the previous stock race today. Steve Wright going through first in production. Second and third, John Holt and Ben Reddins. And John Woods on the 4E. So yeah, 4th place for AD. Then we've got Andy Walker. And Stephen Hamilton now catching up with George, going around the outside into the first left. No one's getting away with it this time. Graham's keeping Dave honest and chasing him still. no change in that top 4 at the minute. 1, 2, 3 and 4E being Dave Bristow, Graham Tatton, Jim McNally. Ryan Clip's on the Group 10. So John Holt and Ben Redding's going up the hill. Ben looks like he's got that covered off. Brakes a little bit later than John as well. Increases that gap going in through that corner. So Steve Hamilton now up onto the back of Andy Walker and chasing Aidy Horrocks. The leaders come round. Graham's closing a little bit. Dave has a look on the last lap flag. Only 1 lap to go. Jimmy just tailing off a little bit. So looking back, Simon Palmer coming through on the 4E, followed by Brooke Norvey. Steve Wright, still a convincing lead in production. Catching Brooke. Brooke somehow waving to the last lap flagman. Then Ben Redding's going through second in production with John Holt in third. John Woods away on the 4E. Fourth, soon to be fifth now in production as Stephen Hamilton goes past Aidy Horrocks. Then Andy Walker and George Fielder. So looking up the top, it's still Dave Bristow out front from Graham. We lose them now, I can't even see the tops of the helmets, so we're going to have to wait until they come to the corkscrew. Brooke Norvey catching Simon Palmer up the hill there, going up the inside. So Dave Bristow comes out, it's still in P1, just the corkscrew to go through this section down to the last corner. It's close, but Dave's just got to hold it together and push hard to the line, and it's his. So Dave Bristow takes the win again in 4E from Graham Tatton. That's 2 today. Ryan Clipson takes the Group 10 win. And then we have Jimmy Mack coming through in 3rd position for 4E. Looking back for 4th in 4E, looks like it's going to be Brooke Norvey. And then Steve Wright coming through to take 1st in production. The win for Steve, and then 5th in 4E for Simon Palmer. 2nd for Ben in 4E, 3rd for John Holt. And then John Woods coming through on the 4E. So 4th place for Stephen Hamilton, having started way off the back. 5th for Aidy. Andy Walker and George Fielder, the last 2 come through. George chasing him all the way to the line. So that's it for the stock scooters for this weekend. Making the way back into the paddock now. We've got one more race for you today in about, I think, 3 or 4 laps foot races time. So again, probably between the half-hour and 45-minute mark, depending on any delays. But we'll see you for the last race of the weekend for the super scooters. Thanks for tuning in again.